Hair color is more than just a beauty choice. It's a mirror, a reflection of who you are now, what you've lived through, and how you want the world to see you. But here's the truth no one likes to say out loud. The wrong hair color can add years to your face, even when your heart still feels 30. As we age, our skin tone softens, our natural contrast fades, and certain hair shades that once looked vibrant can suddenly look harsh, dull, or simply outdated. And the result? A tired appearance that doesn't reflect the radiant woman you still are inside. The good news? You don't need a drastic change. Sometimes it's as simple as adjusting your shade, warming up a tone, or avoiding the one color that drains the life from your complexion. In this video, we'll uncover 5 hair colors that can secretly age you and introduce you to 3 stunning shades that can instantly make you look fresher, brighter, and beautifully modern. Because after 60, beauty isn't about chasing youth, it's about embracing your glow. Let's find the color that lights you up again. Hair color that ages you. 1. Jet black, the harshest contrast. There's a reason jet black hair looks mesmerizing in old Hollywood films. It's bold, dramatic, and undeniably striking. But what the camera doesn't show you is what happens when that deep, inky black is paired with mature skin. The harsh contrast can become unforgiving, making every line, every shadow, and every dull patch of skin stand out tenfold. Jet black is a color of extremes. It offers the highest contrast against the skin, especially fair, cool-toned, or olive complexions. And while that might have worked beautifully in your 20s or 30s, after 60, it often creates a jarring effect. Why? Because as we age, our skin loses its natural brightness and elasticity. The deep darkness of jet black doesn't harmonize, it overwhelms. Imagine wearing a thick black eyeliner every day without softening it. It would feel too sharp, too much. That's exactly what jet black hair does to your overall look. It draws attention to under-eye circles, age spots, and any sagging because the stark color visually amplifies contrast and texture. You might notice your face looking more tired, drawn, or even earned, especially in natural lighting. What's more, jet black hair rarely occurs naturally past midlife. If you maintain it artificially, root growth becomes obvious quickly, and you may find yourself re-dyeing constantly just to keep up. And worse, when your hair starts to thin, as it naturally does with age, the flat darkness of black can make hair appear even thinner because it lacks the dimension that lighter colors can offer. So why do so many women hang on to jet black? Often, it's emotional. Black hair can feel like a symbol of strength, sensuality, or not giving in to age. But in reality, it can end up creating the exact image we're trying to avoid, one that feels harsh, heavy, and stuck in the past. This isn't about demonizing dark hair. It's about choosing a version of dark that still flatters. A soft black with chocolate undertones or a dark espresso brown can maintain your bold identity without aging your face. These shades have warmth and dimension, allowing light to bounce gently off your strands and harmonize with your changing skin tone. Here's a powerful exercise. Try holding a black scarf or shirt up to your face in natural daylight, and then hold up a dark brown or warm taupe. Notice how your skin reacts. You'll likely see how jet black drains the life from your face, while the softer tones bring warmth back to your cheeks and eyes. Jet black hair after 60 is rarely neutral. It makes a statement. The question is it the statement you really want to make? If you've been clinging to that same black box dye for years, maybe it's time to ask, what if softening your shade doesn't mean losing power, but gaining harmony? Hair color that ages you. Ashy blonde, the washed-out trap. Ashy blonde, cool, silvery, and sophisticated, has long been a favorite in salons, especially among women trying to tone down brassiness or transition into gray. But here's the truth. After 60, ashy blonde can backfire. Instead of looking chic, it can wash you out, drain color from your face, and leave you looking more tired than timeless. Why does this happen? It comes down to undertone and contrast. As we age, our skin tends to lose its natural pink or golden undertone and becomes more muted. Ashy blonde, with its blue-gray base, mirrors that mutedness, creating a monotone effect that blends too closely with aging skin. Instead of adding brightness and lift, it fades into your face, erasing contrast, softening features in the wrong way, and making your complexion look flat or even sickly. In photos, this becomes even more obvious. Ashy tones don't reflect warm light well. They absorb it, leaving your hair looking dull and your skin looking pale. Your eyes lose their sparkle. Your cheeks seem less full. It's like putting a gray filter over your whole look. And here's the ironic twist. Many women choose ashy blonde to look more natural or to blend with their grays, but it often has the opposite effect, making you look more washed out than you really are. It doesn't help you blend in, it makes you disappear. This is especially risky if your natural coloring leans warm. Think peachy undertones, golden skin, or green eyes. Ashy blonde clashes with these features, emphasizing redness or unevenness. And if your hair is thinning, as it often does with age, the matte finish of ashy blonde can make it look even thinner and more lifeless. Now, this doesn't mean all blonde is bad, far from it. But the trick is to find a blonde with warmth and depth. Honey blonde, buttery beige, or even a soft caramel blonde can reflect light beautifully and bring your features back into focus. These shades enhance your skin tone rather than mimic it. They frame the face, lift your look, and subtly add glow, without overwhelming or aging you. If you're currently wearing an ashy shade and wondering why your skin looks dull or your makeup never pops, the problem may not be your makeup, it might be your hair doing you no favors. You might find that simply warming up your color a few shades brings instant life back to your face. Another point to consider is how ashy tones photograph poorly under indoor lighting. If you find yourself avoiding selfies or group photos because you look pale or washed, your hair color could be the secret culprit. A simple fix: ask your stylist for a warmer toner, golden highlights around the face, or a balayage with subtle warmth at the ends. You don't need to go golden blonde. You just need to step away from the icy gray zone, because at this stage in life, your hair should uplift you, not match your most tired days. And if your hair color blends into your skin too closely, you risk disappearing into the background of your own beauty. Choose light, but not lifeless. Choose shine, but not silver, unless it's natural and vibrant. And most of all, choose color that makes you feel awake, glowing, and truly alive again. Hair color that ages you. 3. Bright artificial red. When vibrancy turns harsh. There's no denying it. Red hair has flair. It's bold, expressive, and full of personality. And for many women over 60, a vibrant red feels like a rebellion against dullness, a statement that says, "I'm still here, I'm still fire." But when that red is too artificial, too bright, or too saturated, the effect can turn from empowering to overpowering, and fast. Let's talk about bright artificial reds, the kind you often see in box dyes labeled cherry bomb, fire engine, or intense copper. These colors are high in pigment and saturation, with undertones that skew neon or orange. And while they can look stunning in short bursts or on younger, high-contrast skin, on mature faces, they tend to clash and dominate. Here's why. After 60, our skin loses its youthful undertones and natural warmth. Bright reds, especially those with strong orange or blue bases, create a harsh clash against this softer canvas. They amplify redness in the skin, highlight blotchiness, and often make complexions appear ruddy, irritated, or too intense. Instead of enhancing your glow, these reds compete with it. They pull all the focus away from your eyes, lips, and smile, making your hair the loudest thing in the room, but not in a flattering way. And under fluorescent lighting, that cherry red can go full cartoon, making even subtle makeup feel out of place or overdone. There's also the issue of fade. Artificial red pigments fade faster than any other color, so what begins as a rich ruby can quickly turn brassy, orange, or muddy, especially when exposed to sunlight. Unless you're committed to constant touch-ups, the result is often patchy, uneven, and tired-looking hair that requires more work than it's worth. And let's not forget texture. Bright artificial reds tend to expose hair damage more clearly. The more you color, the more porous your hair becomes, and bright reds cling to damaged strands in unpredictable ways, making split ends and breakage stand out. But here's the thing. Red isn't the enemy. In fact, red can be one of the most flattering shades for women over 60, if chosen wisely. What you want is a softened, natural red, something closer to auburn, chestnut, or copper brown. These warmer reds still bring life and richness, but they complement mature skin instead of overwhelming it. A deep cinnamon or mahogany tone adds warmth to the face and enhances the eyes, without demanding all the attention for itself. Highlights and lowlights can also help. Instead of full-blast bright red, opt for a multi-dimensional red that includes caramel, rust, or subtle gold. This creates movement, depth, and light reflection, all things that flatter aging hair and skin beautifully. If you've been wearing a bright red and wondering why your skin looks flushed, your makeup never sits right, or your outfits seem harder to match, don't blame your wardrobe. It might be time to rethink the fire engine red fantasy and lean into something more earthy, rich, and quietly powerful. Because real fire doesn't need to be neon to burn bright, and your beauty, at this stage, is more ember than explosion, steady, warm, and unforgettable. Hair color that ages you. Flat dark brown. The lifeless look, dark brown is one of the most common hair colors in the world. It's rich, reliable, and, when done right, can look elegant and timeless. But here's the catch. When dark brown is flat, solid, and without dimension, especially after 60, it can make your entire face appear dull, severe, or even aged beyond your years. Let's break this down. A flat dark brown is typically a single process color, meaning the same tone from roots to ends, without highlights, lowlights, or subtle shifts in shade. On paper, it might seem like a safe, natural choice, but in reality, this uniformity becomes a problem. As your skin tone softens and facial features lose contrast with age, a solid block of dark color next to your face creates a heavy visual weight. It overwhelms rather than enhances. Unlike younger skin, mature skin doesn't benefit from sharp contrast. It craves soft framing and light reflection. And flat dark brown offers neither. It absorbs light rather than bouncing it, which means your complexion can look shadowed, your jawline less defined, and your natural glow muted. This becomes even more problematic if your hair is thinning, common after menopause. Flat colors tend to make thinning more noticeable because the absence of light variation creates a dense, shadowy effect that emphasizes scalp visibility and lacks the illusion of volume. There's also an emotional element at play. Many women stick with dark brown because it's familiar. It feels safe, a color they've worn for decades. But as our faces evolve, so must the way we frame them. Hair color should work with your changing features, not against them. Another downside, flat dark brown can easily fade to dull red or muddy undertones, especially when exposed to sunlight or frequent shampooing. What began as elegant brunette can quickly become brassy, patchy, or lackluster without you even realizing. So how do you fix this without abandoning your beloved brunette identity? The answer lies in dimension and light. Consider adding subtle highlights in warm tones like amber, golden brown, or honey, balayage techniques that bring gentle brightness around the face, glossing treatments to add shine and soft tone shifts. You don't need to go light, you just need to go multi-tonal. Think of it like lighting a room. A single bulb casts hard shadows, but multiple warm lights, they create glow, warmth, and depth. That's what dimensional brunette does for your hair. If you're unsure whether your current color is aging you, try this. Take a picture of yourself in natural light wearing dark brown, then digitally add soft highlights using a simple filter or app. You'll be surprised how much younger and fresher your face appears with just a hint of movement in your hair. Because after 60, beauty isn't about hiding age, it's about lighting it gracefully. A flat brown is like a heavy curtain, but a dimensional brunette? That's a spotlight, gently guiding the eye to everything that's still radiant about you. Hair color that ages you. Marta 5. Platinum Blonde, the Ice Queen. Illusion Platinum Blonde. The name alone sounds glamorous. It evokes images of movie stars, runway models, and fearless fashionistas. For women over 60, it can feel like a bold declaration. I'm stylish, I'm edgy, and I don't care what anyone thinks. And in some rare cases, it works. But for most women, platinum blonde, especially when overused or poorly toned, becomes more of a burden than a beauty asset. Why? Because its ultra-light, icy tones can easily strip warmth from your features, expose every flaw, and create a cold, overly dramatic contrast that doesn't blend well with aging skin. Let's unpack that. First, platinum blonde is nearly white, and as stunning as it might look on high-fashion models, it often doesn't reflect well on everyday skin tones, especially those that have softened with age. Natural skin after 60 tends to lose the vibrant undertones of youth. It becomes slightly translucent, with hints of blue, yellow, or uneven redness. Platinum blonde, with its cool silvery base, intensifies that unevenness instead of softening it. Instead of lifting your complexion, it can make you look washed out, tired, or ghostly. Under certain lighting, it may even exaggerate under-eye circles and fine lines. What was meant to feel avant-garde ends up making you look like you're recovering from the flu, or worse, like you're hiding behind a mask. Secondly, platinum blonde is incredibly high maintenance. The roots show quickly, especially if your natural hair is darker or gray. The upkeep can be brutal. Constant toning to avoid brassiness, regular touch-ups every 3-4 weeks, and treatments to prevent breakage. And all that chemical processing, it can make hair feel dry, brittle, and limp, the opposite of what aging hair needs. Let's also talk about texture. Platinum blonde tends to emphasize every frayed end, every thinning patch. The lighter the color, the less camouflage you get. It reflects light in a way that reveals imperfections instead of diffusing them. Many women are drawn to platinum because it seems like an elegant bridge to embracing gray. But here's the truth. Not all gray is created equal, and not all platinum is flattering. There's a huge difference between soft, silver gray hair with natural sheen and flat, bleached platinum that lacks depth and life. So what's the alternative? If you love the idea of light hair, go for a soft, creamy blonde, pearl beige, or champagne tone. These shades still feel fresh and radiant, but they add warmth back to your face. They harmonize with your skin tone instead of competing with it. Even adding lowlights or face-framing warmer tones can take a platinum job from icy to inviting. Think of it this way. Platinum blonde can easily become the Ice Queen illusion. Elegant but cold, dramatic but distant. And after 60, what we truly want is connection, warmth, and confidence, not detachment. Hair should light you up, not wash you out. And if your reflection feels more mannequin than magical, it might be time to melt the ice and find a shade that glows from within. 5. Hair colors that age you after 60, and 3. That make you look younger. Youthful hair color No. 1. Soft warm caramel, the glow enhancer. When it comes to choosing a hair color that rejuvenates rather than ages, one shade stands out again and again for women over 60, soft warm caramel. It's not flashy, it's not trying too hard, but it works like magic, subtly enhancing your features, warming your complexion, and making your entire face appear softer, brighter, and more youthful. Why does caramel work so well? Because it strikes the perfect balance between warmth and neutrality. It carries golden undertones that bring a sun-kissed glow without veering into brassy or orange territory. Unlike stark platinum or cool ash tones that clash with mature skin, caramel mimics the warmth of healthy skin tone, making it a universally flattering choice for women whose complexion has softened with age. This color is especially effective if your natural hair is medium brown or dark blonde. Instead of trying to cover grays with harsh dark dyes or going ultralight to blend them, soft caramel blends seamlessly with silver strands, transforming them into glowing highlights rather than flaws to hide. Another major win, caramel reflects light beautifully. Unlike matte colors that absorb light and flatten your appearance, caramel adds depth and movement. Under natural sunlight or soft indoor lighting, Your hair shimmers with golden dimension, making your face appear more alive. Your eyes look brighter, your smile pops. Even without makeup, you'll look more polished, simply because your hair is doing half the work for you. This color is also perfect for softening hard features. If you've noticed your jawline has become sharper or laugh lines more prominent, a warm caramel hue gently blurs those edges, acting almost like a natural filter. It brings warmth to your face where youth once added volume. And unlike bolder colors that require constant maintenance, caramel is wonderfully low maintenance, yet versatile. It can be worn all over as a single tone, or layered with golden, copper, or honey. Highlights for extra richness. You can go darker with a roasted caramel tone for autumn warmth, or lighter with a creamy caramel beige for a spring lift. In terms of age perception, this is the shade that often makes people say, "Did you do something different? You look fresh." Not "nice dye job," but "you look happy, rested, radiant." That's the power of the right color. It doesn't scream for attention, it simply makes you look and feel like the best version of yourself. If you've been feeling like your hair color is making your skin look dull, or like you're fading into the background, try this. Ask your stylist for a soft caramel balayage, focusing on light around the face and a subtle melt toward the ends. The result: a natural-looking blend that reignites your glow without making you feel like you're trying to turn back time. Because aging gracefully isn't about erasing the years. It's about choosing colors, textures, and styles that amplify your spirit. And warm caramel? It's like a soft spotlight following you around, not overpowering, just enough to remind the world that your beauty didn't fade with time. It evolved. Youthful hair color 2, Golden Honey Blonde, the radiant revival. Golden Honey Blonde is that enchanting shade that radiates warmth and light, transforming your appearance with a natural, sun-kissed glow. For many women over 60, this color offers an exquisite balance. It brightens the face, softens fine lines, and adds a sophisticated yet youthful luster without appearing overly flashy or artificial. As we age, our skin tends to lose some of its vibrancy. Dullness and a lack of radiance become common concerns. This is where Golden Honey Blonde works like magic. With its rich, warm undertones, the color brings life back to your complexion by mimicking the gentle glow of a summer sunset. The golden hues not only lift your appearance, but also create a harmonious contrast that refines your facial features. Instead of casting harsh shadows that exaggerate wrinkles or age spots, a well-balanced honey blonde infuses your look with a soft radiance that's both inviting and energizing. But what makes Golden Honey Blonde uniquely youthful? It's the way this shade interacts with your natural coloring. Unlike cooler tones that can make the skin appear ashen or tired, Golden Honey embraces the warmth inherent in mature skin. It's a color that celebrates the natural evolution of your complexion, rather than fighting against it. When your hair reflects gentle light, it serves as a natural highlighter, emphasizing the contours of your face and creating an illusion of lifted, refreshed skin. This plays an essential role in how you are perceived. Friends and strangers alike might comment on how luminous you appear. One of the greatest virtues of Golden Honey Blonde is its versatility. It can be applied as an all-over color or used to create multi-dimensional looks through techniques like balayage or subtle highlights. For example, a full head of honey blonde that has soft gradations and a slight shimmer can resemble a cascade of liquid gold that effortlessly frames your face. Alternatively, strategic placement of honey blonde highlights around your face can draw attention to your best features, like brightening the eyes and softening the jawline, without requiring a full transformation. Maintenance is also a key advantage. While any blonde shade demands careful upkeep, Golden Honey Blonde tends to be more forgiving. It can be blended beautifully with natural grays, creating a sophisticated salt and honey effect that speaks to both maturity and elegance. The result is a color that isn't static. It changes subtly as the light shifts, reflecting a spectrum of warm tones that seem to dance with every movement. This dynamic quality not only makes you look younger, but can also elevate your mood, infusing your daily routine with a sense of renewal and optimism. Moreover, Golden honey blonde works wonderfully with various hair textures. Whether your hair is silky and smooth or has a bit of natural wave and volume, the interplay of light and color enhances your hair's natural texture. This contributes to an overall look that is effortlessly chic. It's as if your hair has a built-in glow, catching the sunlight and even indoor lighting in a way that flatters your entire appearance. Each strand seems to shimmer, adding depth and dimension that draws the eye and reflects a youthful vibrancy. For those who may be hesitant about going blonde, the beauty of golden honey is that it isn't a radical departure from natural hair colors for many mature women. It can be subtly introduced as a transitional shade, blending seamlessly with your original color and gradually encouraging a brighter, more luminous look. In a world where aging gracefully is celebrated, choosing a golden honey blonde can be a statement of embracing change while honoring your individuality. It's a choice that says, I know who I am and I'm here to shine. In practical terms, if you're considering a change, consult with a color specialist who understands how to work with mature hair and skin. They can customize the tone to suit your unique complexion, ensuring that the result is not only flattering but also manageable. With the right approach, Golden Honey Blonde has the power to transform not just your look, but also how you feel about yourself. It becomes more than just a color. It becomes your signature of radiance, a reminder that aging is not a barrier, but a beautiful evolution. Because when you look in the mirror and see that gentle, glowing hue, you're reminded that true beauty isn't about erasing time. It's about celebrating every chapter with grace, warmth, and a luminous spirit. Youthful hair color number 3, soft chestnut brown, the quiet elegance that turns back time. In a world where hair trends scream for attention, silver blues, pastel pinks, icy blondes, there's one shade that whispers instead. And somehow, that whisper carries more impact than a shout. That shade is soft chestnut brown. For women over 60, this color is a quiet revolution. It's not just about looking younger, it's about looking present, poised, and authentically radiant. Soft chestnut brown offers a natural elegance that reconnects you to the best version of yourself, not who you were at 30, but who you are at 60. Confident, self-aware, and absolutely magnetic. But what makes soft chestnut brown such a game changer? Let's start with the color itself. Chestnut brown isn't just a flat brown, it's a rich mix of warm cocoa, subtle auburn, and golden undertones. When softened, it becomes a velvety hue that sits gracefully on the hair, enhancing natural volume and shine. It's the kind of shade that doesn't scream for attention, but everyone notices. Unlike harsh jet black, which can harden facial features and accentuate lines, or flat medium browns that absorb light and make hair look dull. Soft chestnut reflects warmth and softness back onto your face. It naturally harmonizes with the evolving tone of mature skin, especially if you've developed more golden, peach, or beige undertones over time. One of the most subtle but powerful effects of chestnut brown is its ability to create depth without darkness. You don't need to go dramatically light to look fresh. Chestnut proves that richness and youthfulness can go hand in hand. The warm undertones brighten the whites of your eyes and the color of your lips, giving your whole face a gentle lift. You look rested, healthy, and quietly stunning. Even if you've had a long day and zero makeup on, soft chestnut brown is also highly flattering across different hair textures. Whether your hair is naturally curly, straight, or somewhere in between, this shade adds a reflective quality that brings out your hair's natural body. It smooths frizz, enhances shine, and makes thin strands appear fuller, without heavy processing or artificial tricks. What's even better? This is a forgiving color. It blends beautifully with gray strands, especially when applied with a multi-tonal technique like soft balayage or gentle lowlights. You don't need to cover every gray hair. Let them peek through. In the chestnut palette, grays look intentional, like whispers of silver woven into a warm fabric. Another often overlooked advantage, longevity. This shade doesn't go brassy as quickly as lighter blondes or bright reds. It fades gracefully, maintaining warmth and depth longer between salon visits. That's ideal for anyone who wants beautiful hair without the pressure of constant upkeep. Chestnut brown also offers endless personalization. You can deepen it with chocolate undertones for winter, add cinnamon red glints in autumn, or bring out gold highlights in summer. It's a shade that evolves with you, season after season, while still feeling grounded and real. What you'll notice, once you make the switch, is the way people respond to you. They won't say, "Oh, you colored your hair." They'll say, "Wow, you look really well." That's the secret superpower of the right color. It doesn't change who you are. It just lets the best of you show up more clearly. Because soft chestnut brown is not just youthful, it's timeless. It reminds the world, and perhaps yourself, that beauty doesn't fade. It simply matures, softens, deepens, and sometimes the most beautiful transformation comes not from reinventing yourself, but from returning to your essence, with a little help from the perfect shade. Beauty after 60 doesn't follow old rules. It doesn't mean hiding your grays or chasing the color you wore at 25. It means choosing what reflects your light now, what honors your face, your story, your evolution. Some hair colors dim you, others brighten you. And the difference isn't just aesthetic, it's emotional. Because when you catch your reflection and see someone radiant, confident, and current, you don't just look younger, you feel alive. So whether you're softening into warm caramel, glowing in golden honey, or grounding yourself in rich chestnut brown, remember, the right color doesn't make you someone else, it lets the real you shine. Age doesn't define beauty, but the color you wear can help the world finally see it.